ہمیشہ ہر فنکشن میں ہمارا زور اسی پہ رہتا ہے. جب بھی کوئی آدمی انسان بنتا ہے تو اس کے بیچ میں تعلیم آتی ہے. تعلیم چاہے وہ ہمارا مذہبی تعلیم ہو یا آج کے دور کی تعلیم ہو, ہمیں تعلیم حاصل کرنا ہے. یہ ہمیں جو ہے بچوں کو بتانا ہے کہ تعلیم کے بغیر زندگی بالکل بیکار ہے. اور جیسا کہ آپ جانتے ہیں ہماری جو اب یہ نئی جنریشن جو ابھی نئی پیڑھی ہے, اس میں پڑھنے کی یعنی مطالعہ کرنے کی, کتاب پڑھنے کی جو ایک جو عادت ہے وہ ختم ہوتی جا رہی ہے. وہ صرف دیکھنے کی عادت ہے, وہ ٹی وی دیکھتے ہیں, پیڈ دیکھتے ہیں اور موبائل دیکھتے ہیں, لیکن مطالعے کی عادت ان کی ختم ہوتی جا رہی ہے. میں ان بچوں سے گزارش کرتا ہوں کہ وہ پڑھنے کی عادت پیدا کریں, کتاب پڑھنے کی عادت پیدا کریں. اسی پس منظر میں شعر پیش خدمت ہے, سبق پھر پڑھ صداقت کا, عدالت کا, شجاعت کا. سبق پھر پڑھ صداقت کا, عدالت کا, شجاعت کا, تو سے لیا جائے گا کام دنیا میں امامت کا. جیسا کہ آپ جانتے ہیں کہ جب بھی کوئی بچہ کتاب پڑھتا ہے تو اس کے جو نقوش ہیں, اس کی امیج ہے ذہن پہ لے آتی ہے, اور یہ سائنٹیفکلی پروف ہے کہ وہ چیز بچوں کو یاد رہتی ہے. اسکرین پہ جو پڑھتے ہیں وہ کچھ دن میں بچے بھول جاتے ہیں. اس لیے ان سے بار بار یہ کہا جاتا ہے کہ پڑھنے کی عادت دوبارہ سے پیدا کریں کتاب کو. یعنی کہ دوسرا, آج کل کا جو دور ہے, جو ہماری کمیونٹی ہے, اس کے ساتھ ایک مجبوری یہ ہو رہی ہے کہ وہ تعلیم سے دور ہوتی جا رہی ہے. اس کی وجہ کیا ہے کہ ہماری معاشی حالات وہ ہنر کے پیچھے جا رہے ہیں. ہمیں تعلیم روزگار کے لیے حاصل تو کرنی ہے, لیکن زندگی گزارنے کے لیے بھی حاصل کرنی ہے. تو میں بچوں سے ایک بار پھر یہ کہتا ہوں کہ ہمیں یعنی تعلیم زندگی گزارنے کے لیے بھی سوچنا چاہیے, بہت ضروری ہے. جب آدمی کوئی تعلیم یافتہ ہوتا ہے تو وہ جہاں بھی بیٹھتا ہے فیض پہنچاتا ہے. دوسرا یہ ہے کہ تعلیم یافتہ لوگوں سے جو حکومتیں ہیں, سرکاریں ہیں, وہ بھی پریشان رہتی ہیں, کیونکہ وہ ان کی کارکردگی پہ دھیان رکھتے ہیں, ان کے بارے میں لکھتے ہیں, ان سے پوچھ تاچھ کرتے ہیں. تو اس لیے ضروری ہے کہ ہم لوگ جو ہیں ایک ایسی نئی جنریشن ہماری ایک ایسی ایلیٹ کلاس بنے جو حکومت سے پوچھ تاچھ کر سکے. دوسری ایک چیز اور جو کمی آ رہی ہے ہماری قوم میں یا ہماری اس میں, تعلیم کی کمی کی وجہ سے ہر جگہ یعنی جس قوم میں تعلیم کی کمی ہوتی ہے تو اس میں کیا ہوتا ہے, اس میں بحث شروع ہو جاتی ہے. آج کل آپ دیکھیں گے ہمارے یہاں ہر جگہ بحث چل رہی ہے, کیونکہ تعلیم کی کمی, ہر محفل میں ہر پروگرام میں بحث بازی شروع ہو جاتی ہے. تو ہمارے معاشرے میں ہمیں تعلیم کو پروموٹ کرنا ہے اور ہم کر رہے ہیں. دوسرا, ہمارے معاشرے میں ایک چیز کی اور کمی آئی ہے, وہ ہے جو ایک دوسرے کو سہارنے کی قوت, یعنی برداشت کرنے کی طاقت, یعنی ٹالرنس. وہ چیز ہم لوگوں میں ختم ہوتی جا رہی ہے. پہلے ہم لوگ جو جیا کرتے تھے, ایک دوسرے کی ڈفرینس اوپینین بھی ہوتی تھی, تب بھی ہم لوگ ساتھ بیٹھتے تھے. آج کیا ہے, ذرا سے کسی سے اختلاف ہوتا ہے تعلقات ختم کر لیتے ہیں, تعلقات بالکل منطقہ ہو جاتا ہے. اور جب کسی سے کمیونیکیشن گیپ ہوتا ہے تو کیا ہوتا ہے کہ مس انڈرسٹینڈنگ پیدا ہو جاتی ہے, غلط فہمی پیدا ہو جاتی ہے, اور جب غلط فہمی پیدا ہوتی ہے تو ماحول خراب ہو جاتا ہے. تو اس لیے ہمیں کوئی کسی بھی سوچ کا انسان ہو تو ہمیں اس سے کمیونیکیشن گیپ نہیں کرنا ہے. اور اسی پہ ایک شعر پیش خدمت ہے, دشمنی لا صحیح ختم نہ کیجیے رشتہ. عتیق صاحب آپ کی توجہ چاہوں گا میں, فرزان بھائی آپ کی بھی. دشمنی لا صحیح ختم نہ کیجیے رشتہ, دل ملے نہ ملے ہاتھ ملاتے رہیے. دوسرا, یہ پروگرام بچوں کا ہے اور لمبا پروگرام ہے, تو اس لیے میں کم وقت لوں گا, اور ویسے ہی تھوڑا سا لیٹ ہو گئے ہم لوگ. تو آخر میں اپنی کمیٹی کا بےحد شکر گزار ہوں, اور اپنی جو اسپیچ کمیٹی ہے اس کو بےحد اپریشیٹ کرتا ہوں کہ انہوں نے اتنے کم وقت میں ساری تیاریاں کی. اور آخر میں آپ سب حاضرین کا بہت شکریہ. وآخر دعوانا الحمدللہ رب العالمین. عتیق صاحب, ہلو, اوور ٹو عتیق صاحب. آواز نہیں آ رہی.
ہاں, وہ انہوں نے مجھے انمیوٹ کر دیا. Okay, thank you, Mr. President, for encouraging our children. Again, I am very thankful to you all for giving me the opportunity to open this function. I now request our organizing team, Mr. Rab Nawaz, Mr. Zaki Ahmed, and Mr. Ghufran Nishtar, to kindly take over and proceed further. Hello.
Yeah, Rab Nawaz, kindly come in, please.
Please.
Yes. I'd like to request Mr. A.G. Danish to kindly explain the rules and regulation of the competition and kick off the competition.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, all of you. We are sorry that we are a little late, or rather we start. But then I think the sound check and the video check was very important. What we will do is, I just want to lay down certain, am I mute? No. Okay. So what we will do is, all the participants should kindly note that there would be a bell that would be pressed at on the 3rd minute. You will have to wind up in the next 30 seconds. Kindly note that 10 points are there for the timing. The judges have already noted. So if you may be great in your sound, clarity, information, presentation, language skills, speech delivery, but then you will be losing out on 10 points. On sound and clarity, we have got 15 points. 50 points are there for introduction, conclusion, and information. Then on language skills, there are 10 points, speech delivery is 15 points, and 10 important points are there for completion on time. So kindly make sure that you are looking at considering all these things before you start your delivery. It's important that you are able to finish the speech. It's important that you are able to finish the speech in the given point of time. With these words, I wish you all the best. Judges may kindly take note of it, for reasons better for everyone. We are not advising the names of the judges right now, so that you should not become conscious in terms of looking at the grid of the videos. I request all of you to kindly keep yourself on mute, so that the participant should get a complete zero sound hall. Thank you very much.
Danish bhai, kindly tell also that it's not required to be introduced. The
Yes,
person
sorry. Yes, good
yeah.
cue that you gave me. When the speaker, when the announcement, the team in charge would be making the announcement. So let us say if he says Laika Anis, I do not want you to waste your 30 seconds in saying I am Laika Anis, studying in class 6 and the judges already have all the details with you. So it is better that you, from the word go, you start off with your speech.
Correct.
So now over to you, Rab Nawaz. I am on mute now. Thank you.
I'll request Mr. Gufran take his group charge and start calling the people
on. Thanks, Danish Saab. Thanks, Rab Nawaz Saab. First contestant, I would like to call on stage Laika Anis, student of class 7. Laika Anis, student of class 7. Over to you, Peter.
Laika, have you unmuted yourself, please? Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself, please. Kindly note, please, yes. Please start, your time has already started, lady. Laika, I think, kindly, I request all the participants to be ready when their name is called. They need to start immediately, not waste time, please. अभी नहीं कर पाएंगे, वो जब उनको करा जाएगा तभी करेंगे वो।
Sir, should
Laika,
I
could you
start?
please start? Yes, please start.
Online learning is the future of education, and it's happening right now globally. E-learning, M-learning, distance education provide access to information and skills that were available to a select few. Now, industry leaders, workforce development managers, and educators of all types discovering the vast promise that e-learning holds for the future of training delivery and education in general. The concept of traditional education has changed radically within the last couple of years. Being physically present in a classroom is not the only learning option anymore, and not with the rise of the internet of new technology. We are now entering a new era, the revolution in the online world. Online learning is a sensible choice, whether you are a teenager or an adult. The current challenges facing traditional colleges and universities, including higher tuition, budget cuts, and course shortages, cause many students to learn many things. As a student, this can be an effective option for sharpening your skill in any subject or develop a new skill beside the below major factors. It allows for many things like it offers wide selection of programs, it allows for flexible time schedules, it's cost effective than traditional education. At last, I would like to conclude my topic by saying that education is a passport to future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.
Are you done? You're done?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Ji Rabnawaz.
Next contestant is Chaudhry Zidan Asim, student of class 6. Chaudhry Zidan Asim.
Hello.
Your time starts now.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to one and all. Today, I, Zidan Asim, I'm going to express my views on the topic, are online classes the future of the education system and beneficial to the students? At the very onset, I would like to quote David Warnick, a modern educator and public speaker. We must prepare students for a future that can neither be described nor predicted. The year 2020 has exactly proven to be that unpredictable. No one predicted that the onset of this pandemic would change our lives to such an extent. And so, yes, it is an absolute necessity that the students should be prepared for such unpredictable times. And online classes is the only solution to this problem. We have now completed 3 successful months of online classes, and no one knows when things will return to normal. So yes, one can rightfully say that online classes is definitely the future of the education system, and rightfully so. Technology has proven to be a boon for almost all the fields, be it agriculture, medicine, marketing, etc. Then why is the education system lagging behind? Maybe this pandemic would prove to be a boon for our education system. By which I mean, I think it is time we make technology the pen and paper of our times. Zoom, Google Classroom, Microsoft Meet, etc. is the new lingo of 2020. Every child, irrespective of their age, is aware of what these words mean. For me, online classes is a welcome change, as it makes learning easier, simpler, and definitely more effective. Online classes make students into motivated and independent learners, as it teaches us to do things on our own. Another plus of online schooling, if you ask me, is, well, I don't have to carry that heavy bag that heavy monster of a bag on my back or ask permission to go to the loo. But on a serious note, I firmly believe that education and technology together can prove to be a life changer. Thank you and have a nice day. Finished.
Gofran.
Thanks, Zidan.
Yeah, I have a request, Gofran. Thank you, Zedan. Gofran, if you could invite the next participants and then inform the next two to be ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Our next contestant is Aisha Danish, student of class 6. And after that, Anas Gufran, be ready. Okay. Aisha Danish.
Aisha, if you could unmute yourself, please.
Assalamu alaikum to all. I would like to thank you to all for giving me the opportunity to put forth my view on online classes. As we all are aware that the virus COVID-19 has caused affected COVID-19 has affected the whole world and education. So we took the help of online classes. It has proven an effective option to cope with such a worst situation when a student can't go to school to attend the classes. I think we should accept every situation in a positive way. I can see the benefits of online classes. When COVID-19 has came, the schools were closed. After that, some peoples of the school, city and school decided to open online classes, and it was successful. I will quote Mahatma Gandhi. Karo ya maro means do or die. So we should continue our classes. Because our education depends on three things. First, our parents, second, our future, and third is our dream. So we should do everything possible for our education. Hence, the online classes is like millstone. Thank you. In education fields. Thank you.
Our next contestant, Anas Gufran. Please start. And after that, Yusra Danish, be ready after this. Thank you.
Assalamu alaikum to everyone. Good evening. Good evening to all. I am going to deliver a speech on the topic our online classes is a education, the future of education system and beneficial to the students. Our online classes is a boon or a bane. Well, let us not add fuel to fire and look at it from various angles, finally drawing a conclusion. Like everything, online classes have their own pros and cons too. For the topic, this is what is allowing the students to be in touch with their books, not only books, but their teachers and friends as well. Regular classes enable them to gradually engage in all subjects and progress academically. When the students are restricted to their homes and not many options for physical exercises and games, this is how they are positively occupied. If they are not engaged, thus How will they occupy their time? Only watching mindless stuff on TV, fill up their minds, finds with junk information. If they are not engaged, online education imparted by various schools are made quite interesting by the teachers by making PPTs, sharing videos, small activities, sometimes recording of these activities and uploading them generate a lot of interest among the students. Engrossing worksheets pose a challenge to the students, and the constant evolution of small modules help the students to recognize their understanding of a particular topic. Students are becoming tech savvy, which is a big advantage in this technology-driven era. Against the topic, too much explosion to screens can harm their eyes and strain their. Thank you.
Our next contestant is Yusra Danish. Yusra Danish, and after that, Minha Mahmood Zaki, please be ready after Yusra.
Assalamu alaikum to all. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to share my opinion on online classes program. Online classes were earlier in place in the education system from more than 10 years, but it got highly activated after COVID-19 pandemic. In my opinion, OLC program should be opted in case of emergency. OLC can be an option but cannot be fixed as mainstream program. For working personnel, no doubt, it is an effective tool for increasing skills. But at initial stage, I will always prefer full-time education program. Though it gives energy, it gets flexibility to both students and teachers. Manage time, but when it's come to education atmosphere, OLC lags. At the end, I will conclude OLC should be taken as option only, but not full-fledged program. Thank you.
Hello. Yeah. Minha Muhammad Zaki, student of class 6. Minha Muhammad Zaki, student of class 6. And after Minha, Madiha Mahmood, be ready after Minha Muhammad Zaki. Minha, are you there?
One machine can work for the 50 ordinary men.
No machine can do the work of a single extraordinary man. And that extraordinary man is a teacher. Respected judges and my dear friends, I am Minha Zaki, and the topic for today's elocution is, are online classes the future of education system and beneficial to students? I'm going to speak against this nation, as I strongly believe that online classes are not the future of education system and have several disadvantages. Pre-pandemic, in offline mode, the necessity of showing up at a particular time and at a particular place shaped the days and nights of every student and established an environment in which their focus was tailored completely to education. But now, this entire scenario has made it easy for them to miss classes and not take them as seriously as before. Plus, for some, there are distractions of computer time with parents and siblings, not to forget pets even. As a generation growing up in a digital age, a lot of our lives are reformed and challenged by technology. I understand that with various inventions and features, technology has been methodically integrated into every part of our everyday lives. And therefore, we should not hesitate to adopt it in education too. However, according to my opinion of technology, particularly online classes, also means that distractions of webs such as gaming, shopping, and socializing are right before the eyes of every student. Apart from interactions with teachers, the online system also misses the human interactions of traditional classrooms. The students can no longer talk to their fellows in real time, making the whole process dull, mechanical, and very boring. Finally, during this important event, such as an exam, if something goes wrong, the students have the bare heavy losses of the same. Also, online mode can encourage students to copy and cheat, making their grades questionable. In conclusion, the online classes are not the future of education system and are not beneficial to students. Thank you and have a nice day.
Hello. Hello. Madiha Mahmood. Our next contestant is Madiha Mahmood. And after this, Laiba Anis, be ready. Madiha Mahmood, student of class 6. Please unmute yourself. Danish bhai, please check. Madiha Mahmood.
I'm here.
Okay, beta start.
Assalamualaikum. Good evening, everyone. My name is Mariha. As we all know about the topic, are online classes, future of education system, and beneficial for the students. We have seen some participants agree on the topic, whereas some disagree too. I would like to speak in favor of this topic because online classes have already made a huge success in the field of education. Although traditional education is having its own merits, but the concept of traditional education has changed radically, specifically due to the current situation of pandemic. Being physically present in a classroom isn't the only learning option anymore. Nowadays, you have access to a quality education whenever and whatever you want, as long as you have access to a computer and internet. We are now entering a new era, the revolution of online education. Online classes provide better education through presentation and videos. I think a student can learn better and through visualization. Studying in an online course provides a flexible timing and less expense learning for the students. This gives a great opportunity for the learners to gain new skills and accumulate their knowledge level. while staying in their own place. Online class is better because you can work at your own pace and students can focus and avoid distractions. Moreover, it also helps to avoid wasting our time in commuting to school through the rush hours. Furthermore, less fossil is used. It helps our planet to keep greener. Online education enables you to study or teach from anywhere in the world. For example, if you are studying abroad and want to do a job, online education is a great choice. There is no reason to give up on working or studying while exploring new and exotic places. On the other hand, computer soft skills are also improved to a great extent. As examples, children learn to participate on Zoom meetings, webinar easily. Additionally, they learn to create and share documents and videos. Last but not the least, they excel to overcome the fear associated with the online exam, which will help them in their career while appearing for university or national level competition. Overall, it can be concluded that every student must assess their situation and decide according to their needs and goals. It's still a convenient option for students all over the world, so I must say online classes have proved to be a saver in this current situation of pandemic. Thank you.
Thanks, Madiha. Now, Laiba Anis. Laiba Anis, student of class 7. And after this, be ready, Naba Chaudhary.
Can I start?
Yes, start, please.
So, online education enables us to study from anywhere in the world. This means we can commute from one place to another. On top of that, not only it saves time, but also save money, which can be spent on other priorities. There are only few reasons to choose online education, and still 90% of the students think that online education is same or better than the traditional classroom experience. Every student must access to a unique way and decide according to their needs and goals. But alternative to traditional is not feasible. It's still a convenient option, virtually endless option for an international student. Taking online classes also means that we do not have to commute to a physical classroom, which means less time spent on travel and entire focus on studying. Online education can serve two goals. The students lucky enough to have great teachers. Then their learning can imply a better outcome with same or lower cost. For millions of students here and abroad who lack access to great facilities, online education enables students and teachers to set their own pace and the flexibility of setting their own schedule that fits everyone's agenda. At the end, I would like to conclude by saying that online education can open doors that would rather have been closed. Thank you and have a nice day.
Are you done?
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Yes, Naba Chaudhary, student of class 7. Naba Chaudhary. Danish bhai, please unmute.
The famous Greek philosopher Aristotle once said that education of the mind without education of the soul is no education at all. Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening to everyone. Today, I, Naba Asim, will be presenting my views on the topic, are online classes the future of the education system and are they beneficial for the students? For me, the concept of schooling goes way beyond than just attaining bookish knowledge. Schooling, for me, is an arena of wholesome development. And by wholesome, I mean not only theoretical and practical knowledge of arithmetic, languages, and science, but it is also where we learn several other life-altering skills that not only enrich our minds, but also our very souls. Let's start at the very basic, such as arriving to school on time. This teaches us the concept of discipline, a skill that brings stability and structure to a person's life. In a classroom, we learn interpersonal skills as it fosters face-to-face interactions between peers and teachers. We cannot deny that it is a classroom where friendships blossom, some of which stay lifelong. If online education is the future, then I fear that such emotional relations will cease to exist. A classroom environment emphasizes on hands-on learning, which teaches us the skills of problem solving and decision making in real time. Here, I would like to quote Benjamin Franklin. Tell me, and I forget. Teach me, and I remember. Involve me, and I learn. And this is where classroom teaching proves to be the most effective form of imparting knowledge, as it gives students the opportunity to use their critical thinking skills, helping them retain more from what they have learned in a session. It allows them to experiment with trial and error and learn from their mistakes. Another important skill we learn is that of collaborative learning. And who wouldn't agree that working with your friends in a group is way better than working all alone in a room? The warmth and comfort that we feel in a classroom with our teachers and friends is unparalleled. And this is what I miss most in my Zoom classes. Classroom teaching also allows teachers to know their students and evaluate their strengths and weaknesses, hence enabling them to be better mentors and guides for the students. It is the classroom which is the lens through which we students can reflect, solve, create, grow, and think. And I think that it would not be wrong to state that classroom teaching can never be replaced. I would like to end by saying that the process of gaining education is a journey, and in the end, it's memories that really matter. Thank you.
Thanks. Now, next group, Zaki Bhai is there.
I think Rab Nawaz will take over. No problem. Zaki Bhai is
Okay.
there.
Now the group number 2, which is the class student from class 8 to 9. I'd like to call upon Mr. Bashar Anis, class 9. And after that, Saida Rahmatullah Anwar. I think she is not yet connected. So Samik Mufti will be ready. So Bashar Anis, Saida Rahmatullah Anwar, and Samik Mufti. So let's Bashar, please.
Where is Bashar now?
Bashar.
Yeah, he's here.
Yeah. Unmute yourself, Bashar.
Not allowed me to.
Yeah, now it's allowed. Are you still mute?
Is it still mute?
I'm just trying to figure out what. Yeah, please start.
Okay, start.
Education is the most powerful weapon which can be used to change the whole world. Honorable jury, respected judges, my worthy opponents, and one and all listening to me. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And today I am here to deliver my speech on the topic, are online classes the future of the education system and is it beneficial for the students? The present COVID-19 pandemic has really taught us all a lesson that if implemented properly, the online education system can yield amazing results and knowledge can be gained. As all of us have busier lifestyles, we need something which is flexible and available on the go. This is where the online education system steps in. Online education system is flexible and highly accessible. All a student needs to connect to a classroom is steady internet connection and a mobile phone. This makes learning a whole lot easier. It has a lot more advantages too. Let me list a few for you. It is cheaper than the offline education system, as no money is meant to spend on infrastructure, transportation, cleaning supplies, etc. It is a lot cheaper and a better option for the poor students to get an education. And another major advantage of the online education system is that it provides networking opportunities to students. Through online education, one can not only communicate with peers from their own country, but also from other countries and even different continents. This makes the student culturally sensitive and able to adapt in another environments easily. And another major advantage of the online education system is that it is eco-friendly. In the offline education system, a lot of paper is spent on notebooks, tests, assignments, and whatnot. In the offline education system, a lot of paper is wasted. But in the online education system, everything is preserved in an online database which the students can access, hence saving paper and also time. Now, there are always two sides of a coin, and in the same way, the online education system has its fair share of disadvantages too. In the online education system, there is limited face-to-face interaction, which leads to poor confidence and inaccuracy in speaking skills. Whereas in the
What happened?
I guess he lost his connection.
Yeah.
I think it's lost.
Whereas in the offline education system, a lot of curricular activities like speaking, singing, dancing are held, which boost the students' confidence. And another major disadvantage, which continues to be the biggest disadvantage, is that online education can't prevent cheating to happen. In the online education system, although the students are being monitored through a video feed, they can get the third party to write the examination on their behalf, which leads to complete failure of the whole system. Now, I would like to conclude my speech by saying that everything in this world has its pros and its cons. It is our duty and our choice to weigh the differences and make our choice. Thank you and have a wonderful evening.
Now, I would like to call upon Saida Rahmatullah Anwar, class 8 student. If she's...
Is she there?
I think that time when we were checking, she was not there. So I would like to call Samik Mufti. After Samik
should I start,
Mufti,
sir?
Ibrahim Zafar.
Yeah, you can start, please,
Yeah.
Sami.
Samik, start now.
Where is?
Samik is Danish bhai, unmute.
No, I think this girl is there. Just give me a minute, please.
Okay, sure.
Where is? Can you just repeat her name, please, for me?
Saida Rahmatullah Anwar.
I can't see her. Where is she? Where are you, Sadia?
Saida.
Sayeda, where are you? Yeah, there you are. Could you please unmute yourself? Sadia, could you unmute yourself, please? Yes.
Yes.
Thank you, Vita. Sorry for this technical glitch.
Okay. Hello and assalamu alaikum everyone. Today I will be discussing the benefits of online education. Online classes are preferred by the individuals who may not be able to make it for classes in a traditional brick and mortar kind due to various reasons. Online classes can be a bit ineffective, such as time as when you're sleepy and everything would go over your head. But here are also some of the benefits of classes and chances that you take over traditional classrooms in the coming years. Number one, flexibility. Students have freedom to juggle their careers and ideas because they aren't tied down to a fixed schedule. In a classroom, class times are set and the students has no power over this, forcing them to work over the schedules. Ever anything that needs to be clarified, then the students will be able to access these documents faster in time. This is useful feature of online classes for the students that need to carry out research for each project and submit their findings into a panel. These are just the benefits, but online schooling also has some cons. The requirement of self-discipline and more work. Online schooling usually have deadlines for the assignments, tests, and commenting on lectures. But that is not the problem. The problem is the organization skills necessary to amount the time to complete each task and balance your coursework against each priorities of your life. Online classes typically require a greater amount of reading and assignments than a normal class. So programs in a general improving the quality of your online courses. And this means that the students will have to do much more to prove that they have mastered the material. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Where is Nawaz?
So should I start?
Yeah, you may start, please. Sorry. Yeah, kindly start.
Online classes cannot inspire young minds, says eminent Professor Sinar Rao. I am not enthusiastic about online teaching. We need human interface with students for good communication, said the professor. But then John Dewey disagrees. He says, if we teach today's students as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow. I can't directly say whether online classes are going to be the future of education and are they beneficial for students, because some aspects of online learning is better than a normal one and some aspects of traditional method is better than online learning. First, let me point out what learning is, because either way, our main motive is to learn. Learning is the acquisition of knowledge or skill through experience, studies, or being taught. Like everything, online classes also have some strengths and some flaws. I'm going to point out some of them. Due to the current situation of the world, we've been locked down in our houses. We can't go to shops, we can't go to schools, etc., etc. So we can't stop our studying just because of this, right? We can't stop our studying just because of this, right? So now we started learning online. One of the strengths of online learning is that I don't have to worry about extra stuff. For example, wearing my uniform, going to the bus, waiting for the bus, and all of that thing. But there is a drawback to this. It reduces our social interaction with each other. Another big flaw of online learning is the material. Some students may not be fortunate enough to have good connection, thus they have technical difficulties. One of the strengths of online learning is that explanation. Let's take a hypothetical situation. You're in your classroom and the normal classroom, and the teacher is explaining something and you don't understand and you can't cope up with her. But then as soon as you want to ask your doubt or your question, the class bell rings and the period's over. So now you're confused. But if you're getting online education, for instance, you're watching a pre-recorded video or you're watching a YouTube video, if you don't understand something due to the increase in technology, you can go back and replace as many times as you want. Online classes are beneficial for some students and for some students they're not. If you are comfortable at your home, you have good connection and online classes are effective for you, then it's beneficial for you. But if you have poor connection and you like to be more social, then you would prefer the traditional method. Are they going to be a future? Not totally, but to a somewhat limit, yes, they are going to be our future. Because in a situation like this, we have nothing to do except online learn. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Samik. Now the next contestant is Ibrahim Zafar, class 8. After that, Ishrat Afza Imam, class 8 should be ready. Ibrahim Zafar.
Ibrahim, you can unmute yourself, please. Where are you, Ibrahim? Can anybody see him, Ibrahim? Where are you, Ibrahim?
Ibrahim Zafar.
Ibrahim Zafar, where are you?
Let me find.
Me? I don't think so. He's here. Let's call the next participant, please.
The next participant is Ishrat Afza Imam.
Just a second. Where are you?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, yes, you can start now.
Yes.
Assalamu alaikum to one and all present here. I am Ishrat Afza Imam from class 8, going to deliver a speech on the topic, Are online classes the future of education system and beneficial to the student? In my opinion, no. Online classes can't replace the real classes because understanding the concept, clearing doubts, interaction with the teacher is not possible in online classes.
Okay, koi baat.
The environment of classroom is environment of classroom is quite different from online classes. Secondly, online classes have some requirements like good internet connection and an interface. Lack of accreditation and low quality is another problem due to coronavirus pandemic. All these schools, universities, and college have been closed completely in the present situation. Classes and even exams are conducted online, but there is no check on the students during classes, during online classes, and even in exam. Real classes offers an active learning. Students cannot only be physically present in the class to learn the lessons directly from the teachers, but can also enjoy the active participation in the learning process. Moreover, the blue screen of these gadgets can harm the eyes of the students if one continues looking at the screen for a long time. There is another drawback that the teacher cannot monitor the body language of the student and ensure their focus. I conclude my speech by saying that online classes should be seen as a complement and extension of the classical form of learning. Not even the best online class can replace the personal contact with a teacher or human relationship that develops a group. Online learning is good in the time of emergency, but cannot replace a classroom. So online classes should not be the future of education system and is not beneficial to the students. Thank you.
Thank you, Ishrat. Now I'd like to call Mr. Khalid Mahmood Zaki, Muhammad Zaki, class 9. And after that, Aisha Anjum should be ready. Aisha Anjum.
Rabnawaz, I think the candidate who, yeah, she's back.
Okay. So
Ibrahim is there. So if you want, you can call him now, or if you can.
Chance, Ibrahim Zafar. Can you unmute yourself and start now? Ibrahim.
Thank you, Rabnawaz.
After that, Khalid Muhammad Zaki should be ready, class 9. And Aisha. Where is Ibrahim?
Ibrahim Zafar, if you could, yes, start, please.
People expect to be bored by e-learning. Let's show them it doesn't have to be like that. Comedian. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Ibrahim Zafar, and today we will discuss our online classes, the future of education system and beneficial to the students. I think yes, online education is beneficial to the students because it enables me to set my own learning pace. I can study anytime and reach out to any teacher I like. I can ask questions online by sending messages directly without any fear. Online classes bring education right at my home, rather going physically to
Ibrahim, can you unmute yourself? You are muted. Okay, continue.
people expect to be bored by e-learning. Let's show them it doesn't have to be like that. Camibian. Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. My name is Ibrahim and today we will discuss our online classes, the future of education system and beneficial to the students. I think online education is beneficial to the students because it enables me to set my own learning pace. I can study anytime and reach out to any teacher I like. I can ask questions online by sending messages directly without any fear. Online classes bring education right at my home, rather going physically to the school. But even through all the advantages, there are a few disadvantages, such as I feel lonely without my friends. There are many other things I learn from my friends when I am physically with them. I started my online channel on YouTube based on wildlife is an example of online education. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you, Ibrahim. Now I will call Khalid Muhammad Zaki, class 9. And after that, Aisha Anjum should be ready, class 9. Khalid Muhammad Zaki. Khalid.
Where is Khalid now? Yes, Khalid.
Yes. Technology is as ancient as human civilization. Thus, its future is inevitable. For years, we have wondered what life would be if technology substituted a major part of society. And today, that major part is school. During this pandemic, we have grown more closer to the virtual world than ever before. And together, we have created bridges for people to come and learn and teach in a comfortable and virtual environment. This virtual environment is called online classes. You see, in schools, a lot of teaching was done according to one specific book of a specific company. This restriction had created a ridiculous mindset that most of our lives learning is contained in one book and no other. But due to the access of internet and upcoming resources, the boundaries of education have been pushed forward into a field of new and diverse information. This has made both students and teachers open-minded to new information. One of the greatest and most prior objective of technology has been conveniency. And online classes are a great example of it. You see, teachers and students would have to walk to their classes, causing delay and loss of time. But online classes are direct, quicker, and one click away. This adds bonus time for the teacher to elaborate more on the topic and students to ask questions. This is what education should be, and online classes are the peak of it. One of the greatest aspects of online classes is that it is widely accessible. You see, students and teachers across cities, countries, even continents are able to interact and share knowledge of sophistication and authenticity. This has created a sort of playground for teachers and students to interact and explore new subjects, new topics, and new information, even at lower expenses. In conclusion, technology such as online classes is, and always be part of our lives, and it will develop each and every day. Our part is to accept it rather than resist it, because the future is always coming. Thank you.
Thank you, Khalid. Now I will call the last member of this group, Group 2, Aisha Anju. After that, I will hand over to Mohammed Zaki. He will take care. Aisha.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes.
Good evening and assalamu alaikum to everyone present. Today I'm really thankful to be given the opportunity to express my views on the topic, are online classes the future of the educational system and beneficial for the students? Now to start off with, what is an online class? It's your basic regular class. It's your basic regular class except that it is conducted over the internet. Except that it is conducted over the internet. It can be conducted using apps and conducted using apps and programs that enable users to meet online and that can enable.
Yeah, continue, Aisha. We can listen.
To meet online, and they can conduct meetings over there. And you know, it's a huge popularity, and people are starting to like it, given that it has quite a lot of benefits. For example, it is very flexible for the students and teachers, and including the parents, as it opens ways to a lot of eases. You can complete a portion quicker than usual, which is quite convenient for some, as it spares more time to revise and memorize. You can study anywhere. You know, if you feel that your house is congested, you can go out and study in the open. And with more and more schools opening up online classes, you have a wider variety of schools and curriculums to choose from. So you can be sitting here in Jeddah and virtually be studying in California. But online classes lack one of the most important features of education, that is social interaction, which ensures complete mental, physical, and social development of students. Plus, when a teacher is physically present in front of you, you can read their body language, mannerisms, gestures, tone, and volume, and then this can help you to recall and interpret the information better. Normal schooling teaches you skills necessary to survive in a society. As Albert Einstein said, education is not the learning of facts, rather, it is the training of the mind to think. So you have to know how to face people in real life. You have to know how to solve problems outside your circle. You have to know how to make friends. And with all this being said, if you ask me whether online classes are the future of the education system or not, I would say maybe, because online classes are a lifeline to those facing obstacles such as physical disabilities and geographical distances. But it cannot replace the traditional schooling method. At the end of the day, we're still human beings, and no social interaction is going to lead up to big problems. I would like to conclude by saying that computers will not transform education, neither will the internet. Rather, these are tools to be used by the teacher to reach out to the students within the classroom. I did mention classroom. Thank you.
Thank you, Aisha. Now I will request Mr. Mohammed Zaki to take over his groups.
Thank you, Rabnawa sir. The next category, we have the first participant is Yusuf Kidwai. Mr. Yusuf Kidwai.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Good evening, judges and all my friends. My name is Yusuf. As we all know about the topic, are online classes future of education system and beneficial to students? It is a well-known fact that in recent years, online education and learning has become increasingly popular among the students, especially in this situation, it has become necessity and lifesaver too. Although it is perceived that it is beneficial in learning techniques, but for some, they are not as much as effective as classroom teaching learning. In online education, students can access their course from anywhere they can log on. In most cases, this means parents, working students, and professionals on the move have the option of attending classes no matter their work schedule. Students only need an electronic device and an internet access to take online classes. One of the benefits of online classes is that students may not have to sit for a long periods of time. Online course will not teach only you the theory, it will also help you become more self-motivated, a trait that will make you stand out in the workplace and beyond. However, online courses give more emphasis on the theoretical part of learning and there is less teacher-student interaction. It lacks practical aspects of life and encourages passive learning. As a result, students find it less effective learning methods than that of in that classroom. A recent study suggests that greater number of students found in a classroom teaching uh, teaching far more effective than the online learning teaching. Traditional classes is a better choice of education as it prepares the students for their future by having them face-to-face contact with the student and teacher and enable socialization with students. With face-to-face interaction, you develop lifelong contacts, memories, and experiences that are harder to foster in an online environment. These types of interactions humanize the educational experience in a way that online learning does not. Traditional school education prepares children for the real world by having them interact with diverse people. Since there is no one to supervise your work or evaluate your progress, you need a greater amount of motivation and discipline to complete your course successfully. Distractions are real problem for students doing online studies. As example, they get carried away easily in online games or social media. To conclude, online learning may have its benefit, but I still feel that our classroom learning is superior to online learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Master Yusuf. The next participant in this category is Ms. Afifa Gufran. After that, Mr. Shazeb Noor. Be ready. Afifa Gufran.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh and good evening everyone. Today I am here to speak on the topic, are online classes the future of education system and beneficial to the students? Here is my point of view. The purpose of education has evolved over time. In more recent times, education has become the means to prepare the students for the competitive nature of this world. The use of advanced technology like smart classes, well-equipped computer labs, new learning apps like Byju's, Khan Academy, and many other emphases on computer learning have already made its way to the education system. So, when the world is facing these unprecedented challenges, the system of education has to evolve and adapt itself to meet the challenges. This pandemic has adversely affected global education sector, and in this time of crisis, the e-learning was the only savior. E-learning came without choice. It is the only answer to this indefinite closure of schools. Though living in a third world country where every child does not get the privilege to education, e-learning has its own challenges. It discloses the disparity in the society. Education is not just confined to delivering the bookish knowledge to the pupils, but rather it focuses on all-round development of the child, with extra curriculum being an integral part of education system. For secondary and higher secondary students, e-learning is still more adaptable. It possesses us a great challenge catering to primary and lower primary students. Hence, in my opinion, e-learning can never replace the traditional teaching. E-learning has its own advantages, but it can be only limited to learning extra skills or languages or as a support system to enhance learning. But online learning is not the future and may be somehow beneficial to the students. Given an option, both students and educators would love to go back to classroom teaching. Thank you and have a nice evening.
Thank you, Ms. Afifa. Now, Master Shazeb. class 12. After that, Maryam Atiq. Master Shahzaid Noor, please.
Yes, online education. Online education is rapidly becoming one of the most cost-effective ways to educate world's rapidly expanding workforce. Great words by Jack Messman, senior colleague, respected judges, and my fellow members. I would like to speak few words on the topic, are online classes future of education system and beneficial to the students? Traditional lecture may have ruled auditoriums for decades. The past universities and schools were using the traditional way of learning, where students and teachers interact in a physical classroom called lectures. Everyone had to step out for their studies and higher education. There was a 40-minute class for each subject, and students make their notes on papers during the lectures. It was a time when they used only handwritten notes and study in the library and at home. Later, they used the same notes to prepare for exams, and there was another option to join the library to enhance the knowledge. As you all know, library is open for all the students, so they get books to study in the library too. There were no other option to get help in their subject. Student and had only option to follow teacher's instructions to complete the sub-courses. Every student carried notebooks and subject books to classes. The changing face of the school lectures is a hot topic that has been discussed by students and teachers alike for many years. With the rapid rise of digital age and innovation in teaching, where students are using smartphones, tablets, and laptops as learning tools, and there is a phenomenal wealth of information available online. Online education, as you all know, is very dynamic. It is highly important to understand its true potential and try to exhaust all the available benefits and count the several limitations of traditional classroom. Finally, the success of online education depends basically on the environment surroundings. As many nations have succeed as they understand the true benefits of online education, whether it be colleges, medical institutes, or even for primary education. One can reach onto this conclusion that online education cannot succeed by itself. We as humans have to closely observe and undertake several developments before it's implemented. Thank you.
Thank you, Master
Thank you.
Shahzaid.
Zaki bhai, एक second, एक important announcement है. Request people not to put their comments in the chat, because what is happening is that it is causing disturbance to the participants, because most of them are looking at the screen and suddenly something pops up. So this is a request, please. Their comments are most welcome, but kindly avoid it right now, because it is causing disturbance to others. Yes, who's next, please?
Miss Maryam Atiq, 10th standard. After that, Shahnur, class 12th.
There is a Maryam.
Next, Maryam Atiq.
May I start?
Yeah,
yes,
please.
you can.
Just imagine jumping out of a skydiving plane and discovering your parachute doesn't work. Things that COVID-19 has forced into my head. Well, now that I hope I have your attention, I would like to begin my speech. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A good life is inspired by love, guided by knowledge, and protected by modesty. Today, we all depend on the internet for almost everything, from groceries to medical care, to entertainment, to food deliveries and doorstep, and finally, e-learning. I personally believe that online classes in due course of time will become the future of education. In fact, one could say now is the beginning of that future. The big changes have already happened. You have more options these days. Online shift has made education more globalized and democratic. everybody will have the same opportunity to learn. As much as I love going to school in person, I have come around the idea of online classes. It is an easier way and has potential for fast spread learning. Especially during this pandemic, online classes have helped all of us out in ways we could never imagine. It taught us the importance of institutions like schools, colleges, and knowledge itself. What was thought to happen over years happened within months, and we woke up to a new era and a different perspective due to the outspread of this virus. COVID-19 has resulted in schools being shut all across the world. Globally, over 1.2 billion children are out of the classroom. As a result, education has changed dramatically. With the distinctive rise of e-learning, whereby teaching is undertaken remotely and on digital platforms. The torch must be carried no matter the winds. We will protect knowledge. Research suggests that online learning has been shown an increase in retention of information and take less time, meaning the changes coronavirus have caused might be here to stay for good. With this sudden shift away from the classroom in many parts of the globe, many of us are wondering whether the adoption of online learning will continue to persist post-pandemic. I personally believe that online education system is the future of education. The question is, how such a shift would impact the worldwide education market? I will leave with this thought. Thank you so much for saving my brain from getting rusted in this lockdown and giving me the challenge of competing today. Thank you.
Thank you, Mariam. The next participant is Shahanur, 12th standard. Ms. Shahanur, after that, Aisha Anis.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
You're quite audible. Yes, please.
The question of whether online classes are the future of education system and whether or not it is beneficial for student is a very debatable topic, and that only time can answer. It's not possible to take a side in this argument. Therefore, I shall explore the positive as well as the negative aspects of online education. In an online education system, one of the biggest conveniences allowed to the students is flexibility. Students have the freedom to juggle their careers and school life around because they aren't tied down to a fixed schedule that also allows them to invest time on many more activities. Furthermore, all the information needed is stored in an online database that provides easy access to both the tutor as well as the student. Since we all know that universities are primarily based on the concept of self-study and independent learning, online schooling prepares and gets the students accustomed to being self-sufficient. Another point I would like to highlight is the vast increase in interaction among students. Online courses offer shy or more reticent students the opportunity to participate in class discussions more easily than face-to-face. When Amazon was developed, many companies were against their idea because they believed that customers enjoyed more physical experience than a virtual one. But eventually, Amazon became one of the most leading companies in the world, counterfeiting all kinds of skeptical perceptions. Similarly, although the present situation makes online schooling system look unstable, developed application and technologies can make this experience much better for us, which basically, precisely, and clearly means that online schooling system can be the future of education. I would now like to talk about the reasons that make me think otherwise. School life is an experience all of us look forward in making best memories, and to have classes go online, it takes away so much from the student experience. It takes away the opportunity from the students to stick gum under their desks, happiness from sharing lunch boxes, and tries from the very last days of school. Last days of school, I am really not looking forward to wear a sari just to walk around my room in my farewell. From my own experience, I know I haven't been concentrating in most of my classes because when camera and audio is off, whether it's Padhai going on in the background or Gangnam Style, nobody knows. In conclusion, I would like to say that if the idea of traditional schooling is replaced by an online platform, this will ultimately prove that schooling is based on book knowledge only and not the overall development of a person. Thank you.
Thank you, Shanur. The next participant is Aisha Anis, 10th standard. After that, Ms. Sumayya Wasim. Ms. Aisha Anis.
Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to speak on the topic, are online classes the future of education system and is it beneficial for students? Firstly, the topic of this elocution is very much relevant to the present situation. The concept of traditional education has changed radically within the last couple of years. With the advent of this new amazing source of education, which is called the online learning, nowadays having access to quality education is very easy, and whenever we want, we can have access to this education. We are now entering a new era, the revolution of online education. According to a recent survey taken by the Babson Survey Research Group, over 30% of higher education students in US are taking at least one distance course. Online education is a sensible choice for both teenagers and adults. In fact, it suits to a busy lifestyle in which we don't prefer to be fixed in any schedule. Studying online teaches us a vital time management skill, which helps us to balance work and study. It enables us to study from anywhere in the world. On top of that, one can save time, money, and most importantly, our beloved environment. One more important advantage is that we can have customized learning experience, and it paves the way for greater interaction between students and teachers and allows more feedback. And there is always access to diverse materials such as photos, videos, and ebooks. This offers us more dynamic and tailor-made education. But there is always two sides of a coin. So with all these advantages of online education, it also comes with some disadvantages. Online education offers no face-to-face interaction, no eye contact, no opportunity for students to develop their speaking skills. In online exams, it's clearly very hard to prevent cheating as students are not physically monitored. Online education deprives the student from getting proper discipline, culture, and civilization, which are a vital part of our personality. I would like to conclude by saying online education can be beneficial if used wisely. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.
Thank you, Aisha Anis. The next participant is Sumayya Wasim. After that, Noshaba, be ready. Ms. Sumayya Wasim.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, you can start.
Am I audible?
Okay.
Hello?
Unmute yourself. Yeah, we can hear you. Go.
We can hear you, Vina.
Assalamu alaikum and good evening to all of you. I begin my speech by quoting Albert Einstein. Education is not the learning of facts, it is the training of mind. Today, virtual classes have very successfully replaced a traditional old schooling method, and the entire process of students walking into establishments, having them learning, spending, coming out. The process has been very unexpected and very drastic. Schools are not functional anymore. Are you able to hear me? Hello?
Yes, please. We hear you.
We are able to hear you. Kindly continue, please. Do not stop in between. Kindly continue.
But I saw a message say that I had a go. Yeah. Was there an era before this when schools were not functional? Yes, there was. Not until a few centuries ago, the concept of schooling was not applicable. Learned people had to gather students as pupils who want to learn, sat under a tree and educated people, orally transferred knowledge, scientific and literature, all of it. Later on, times progressed and so did the education system. We came up with the idea of an establishment made solely for the purpose of educational institutes, schools, colleges, universities. Why was this done in the first place? This was done to organize the system. This was done so that children can not only insert knowledge, ideas inside of them, but can also have the ability to interact with each other. Students can learn how to schedule their timing, consider the traffic that they are going to face on their way to the school, and make themselves ready early beforehand. This was done so that students can interact with each other. They can be told what is the right uniform, what is wrong. They can be told how to behave, and they can be told that they have to sit erect for so long as someone is educating them. This was the purpose of school in the first place. The bottom line is schools have started. It has been accomplished by the schools combined the concept of education and discipline. In today's world, a lot of people have gained success without education, but no one on earth can gain success without discipline. We are back to the discipline school. Establishments are closed. No physical doors are open. No teacher standing right in front of us to tell us what is supposed to happen. We have one 7-inch screen, and we are being told that if we focus here, we are going to do well in our exams, and we are going to do well in our future. Someone who has spent the pre-COVID era talking to people and being on stage and looking in the eyes of the judge while speaking only can tell how sad it is when you finish the delivery of your speech and there is no one in the room to give you a round of applause. This is the disadvantage of online classes. In today's world, if we used this system of screening, sitting in one place, if we used to listening like this, we will not be able to enter into the real world. We will be entering schools after this like LKG students who do not know how to sit and stand, do not know when to eat and when to not eat, who do not know when to talking and when to look. We will not be able to face a world. We cannot switch our cameras off and on the way we want, just at one click. We will not be able to face a world where reality is real and virtuality has been depleted. We will not be able to face a world where we can get invisible just as we want. And that, I think, is the biggest disadvantage of online classes. Today's world, there are many problems coming up mentally, physically, individuals like social anxiety, performance anxiety, and many other types of disorders that are biochemical, psychological, and mental. Online classes definitely doing justice to such people because they can attend an entire class without having to come out of their comfort zones. But at the same time, it is also repeating us our opportunity to see each other as humans, see each other as people instead of simply profiles and accounts. I would like to conclude by saying that we can definitely not win, but we can just as say Thomas Madison has rightly quoted. I give a very big round of applause to the schools for coming up with an alternative in this very unfavorable where all our institutes have stopped just to a halt. Education has continued all over the world. This great achievement, but we must know that backs are always backups, and what has to be done should always be done. I should not ever try to think that if we have up with an alternative, what it before it is less efficient. Thank you.
Thank you, Sumit. The next question is Noshaba Khan. After that, Atika Rahman. Miss Noshaba Khan, 12th standard.
Hello, am I audible?
You are, but
Yes.
it's a little slow. But yes, try it out. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So, online learning is not the next big thing. It is the big thing now. Quote by Donna J. Abernathy. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Nushaba Khan, and I would like to greet all the judges and all the participants. Right now, the question is, are online classes the future of education system and beneficial to all the students? Yes, I do believe online classes are the future of learning. Internet with its various features has been a great invention for human beings. In the present world, everything can be done with a tap on the screen, from shopping to earning to learning. It has greatly changed the education system. Virtual learning can be perceived as infiltration or as a gift. To begin with, we can agree that even though the world has been going through a tough time, where we have to, maintain social distance, we can still talk to each other, and our teacher, and we can learn from our teachers. Our teachers can be available online, and we can still have access to a vast amount of data. And students can be given a chance to develop their researching skills. And with such huge potential, it is not surprising that most students learn from various online platforms. Just like most of the time, when even during there was no pandemic, we would still recommend, students would recommend each other to go on an online platform like YouTube, Khan Academy, EDX, etc. But even though with all these advantages, there are
आयरा खान, क्या नाम है इसका? तो आपने तो बोला था मेरे को करने के लिए यार, आप भी तो काट रहे।
Nushaba. Hello.
Nushaba Khan.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, you.
I'm
Yes.
really sorry. I don't know how it got muted.
So kindly continue, beta. Please continue.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Okay. Okay. So the question is, but I was saying that we need to ask that, are the virtual classes really helping students? Now, some parents have expressed alarm about the potential dangers of internet exposure to young children. Others say that they are scared that the digital shift may alienate economically disadvantaged students who don't have access to technology. Now, even there are many such teachers too. I mean, there are some really economical challenged people that they don't have the access to the technology. For those who can afford laptops, mobile phones, internet, and not only this, how can young students not be distracted in a 40-plus-minute class? Most of the time, we can say that right now on Zoom, we can switch off our camera or mute ourselves. How can the teacher know that the student is actually focusing in the class? Now, the students have a short attention span, and just they mute their microphone or their camera, and then they try to use their other devices. And not to mention, some students might be going through some tough times, as we can say that the coronavirus cases have been increasing rapidly, and so there have been many affected families. I think that online classes, the virtual classes, are beneficial, but in a limit, and there needs to be a better system, and that we can improve this. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Nushaba. The next participant is Miss Atika Rahman. After that, last candidate is Zara Athar. Be ready. Miss Atika Rahman, 10th standard.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes.
Are online classes the future of the education system and beneficial to the students? I would like to start my speech by saying we must embrace the new digital reality. If we can't relate, we won't be able to make schools relevant to the current and future needs of the digital generation. Truth is that the world will get digitalized, which is getting realized in a staggered manner. Imparting education virtually is not a new phenomenon and has been in use but selectively. COVID-19, although a very unfortunate pandemic, has acted as a blessing in disguise and sped up this process and taken this to the most remotest parts of the world. It has changed our lives dramatically. Not knowing how long the lockdown should last, schools all around the globe started using online classes as a means to complete the syllabus. Suddenly, online classes became a part of every household. Now, we all know that virtual classes are the reality, but whether they're beneficial or not, it's a difficult judgment. Every system has its own pros and cons, which only time can decide, and so does online classes. Taking online classes every day made me realize that studying online is not only more cost effective, but also more time saving. The time we used while traveling has now been saved. Course material is always accessible online, making library trips unnecessary. Online classes also improve our technological skills. Even the most basic of online courses require the development of new skills. But then again, at the same time, this makes online education inaccessible to the computer illiterate part of the world. For example, in India, despite it being one of the biggest major players in the world of online education, there is still a large gap in the computer literacy in the population. Until such gaps exist, online education will not be able to reach all of the citizens. Second, succeeding in online classes requires a lot of self-discipline. We actually need to log in and participate in every activity and discussion to get participation credit. Being lazy and undisciplined will cause us to quickly fall behind. By taking online classes, we develop stronger self-discipline, which often translates to other areas of our life, such as fitness, work ethic, etc. But then again, we are at an age that makes us really carefree and daring. It is a fact that most people between the ages of 8 to 25 have a short attention span. It is also a fact that we are likely to listen to ourselves than figures of authority. When we were in class, if we got bored, we couldn't just take out our phones and sit on social media. But now, with the cameras shut and our selves muted, how can teachers find out if we are focusing on our classes and not sitting on our phones? Then comes the adverse health effects of online classes. Sitting for hours straight on these classes, my neck tends to get sore, my back starts paining, my eyes start aching. Hours and hours are spent on my laptop. First of all, the class, and then all the work we get on our gadgets. This has known to alter our sleeping patterns, which causes difficulty in falling asleep, staying asleep, waking up, and daytime fatigue. And the most important point of them all, we are humans, social beings. Human interaction is the most, if not the most important part of our lives. Schools are a place where young students find themselves, form personalities, find out what it means to live in societies, make lifelong memories, learn how to behave properly. Of course, this all is also taught at home, but schools are the first place where students get to implement it on their own. E-learning methods have proven to be highly effective in providing academic knowledge to the students, but developing the communication skills of students is an area often neglected during online classes. Due to lack of face-to-face communication between peers, students, and teachers, students might find it difficult and also unable to work effectively in a team setting. There's so many other benefits of online education, such as it's better for introverts, it's better for people who learn with visual cues. There's no bullying and discrimination among students. But as a student, I see so many technicalities arise as well. There's lack of practical learning, there's lack of personalized feedback. It's so easy to cheat on these exams without anyone finding out. So in conclusion, it is highly important that in the future we look at online learning as an addition to traditional learning instead of a replacement for traditional learning. Thank you.
Thank you, Atiqa. Tonight's last participant is Zara Athar, 10th standard. Zara Athar.
Zara, can I have your video, please? Where are you, Zara? Zara, are you there? Where can I see your video, please? Zara, are you there? Zara, can you raise your hand
Zara
or something? Is she there?
Zara Athar. Miss Zara.
Because now the participants can unmute themselves, so there is no can somebody contact the make a contact by telephone to the entry of Zara Athar to find out? Otherwise, then this is the last one, and then maybe we could just go on to the hurdle and go on to the next stage, please. Asim, could you please contact Zara Athar?
I believe there are two people who are as attendees. Can we check them? Ibrahim Zafar and ST25.
Just a second, I'm just bringing them in. Yes, I just saw them.
Ibrahim Zafar already did.
And
Ibrahim Zafar is done. Ibrahim Zafar is done, please.
It's done, yeah.
Ji bhai. Apparently, just now, Prabnavas tells me that we are not able to we were not able to get in touch with Zara Athar.
It means she is not there in the list.
No, she's there in the list. Unfortunately, she's not. She was not able. We were not able to reach her. So I guess we have already come to the end of this. Or unless until is. So I guess we move on to the next one.
We move on to the next one. Okay.
So
over to Danish bhai, please.
Asim, now I mean you can do whatever is needed, and I will coordinate with the judges, and then we will take it on. नूर भाई आगे का जो भी अतीश जो भी अब आगे का प्रोग्राम है आप उस पे करें और आसिम will share the right now. Asim, would you be sharing the certificates now?
Participants are over?
Yeah, the participants are over.
Is over.
Yeah. Thank you all the participants. It was a great listening to you. Great arguments, great counter arguments. I couldn't help but notice some of the so many of the ill effects of online teaching. And now over to Asim.
Okay, Asim, please.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Once again, I thank all the participants for their wonderful deliberation. They have given their views for both the sides of the story, be it for and against. And let us wait for the judgment. Till the judges come to their final conclusion, I will be displaying the certificates that will be given to all the participants. Right now, these certificates are e-certificates, but in a day or two, we will print it and hand over to you the hard copy of these certificates. So every participant will be receiving the certificate. I will display the certificates here for your perusal.
Asim, first please request all the participants to open the video.
All right, fair enough. As President Saab is saying, so let us open our videos so that you can all see the certificates as well, and we can have a group photograph as well there when every video will be open.
Yeah, okay.
All right, can you see the certificate here on your screens?
Yes. Yes, sir, we can see it.
All right, so this is the first certificate for Chaudhry Zidan Asim for participating and showcasing his auditory skills. This is the second certificate for Mr. Anas Ghofran for his participation in this event. We have the certificate for Miss Minha Muhammad Zaki for her participation. Miss Aisha Danish, Miss Yusra Danish, Miss Madiha Mahmood, Miss Laika Anis, Miss Laiba Anis, Mr. Bashar Anis, Miss Naba Chaudhary, Mr. Ibrahim Zafar, Mr. Samir Mufti,
मेरी चाबी कहीं से लेके आई है और वीडियो के सामने मत
Miss Sadia Rahmatullah Anwar, Miss Ishrat Afza Imam, Mr. Khalid Muhammad Zaki, Miss Aisha Anjum, Miss Zara Athar, Miss Afifa Ghufran. I would request every participant to see their names as well. If there is a mistake in the name, you can tell us so that we can rectify while printing the hard copy. So kindly go through your names very clearly. Miss Aisha Anis, Miss Atika Rahman, Miss Mariam Atiq, Mr. Yusuf Kidwai, Miss Sumaya Wasim, Miss Naushaba Khan, Mr. Shahzeb Noor, Miss Shah Noor. All right, so these were the certificates for all the participants. Kindly check your names. If there is any discrepancy in the name, then you may tell to us and we will rectify while printing the hard copy. All the participants, as I said, will be given the certificates, and there is a gift as well for all the participants. The judges are coming to the final conclusion. We will be having some fillers over here. I would now request Mr. Atiq to kindly take over.
अतीक साहब म्यूट पर हैं.
हाँ,
फरजान भाई, please take over.
Yeah. Okay. I would like to request Mr. Farzan, please take over.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa azwajihi ajmain. Young talented speakers, amazing. I can say amazing. You spoke very well, and till the judges are preparing the results for the winners, I'll be with you for a few minutes. The winners, I can say all of you are the winners. It needs courage to come and speak. It needs confidence to come and speak come to the stage. And you today have that confidence to come and speak and face the audience. And this confidence will lead you to success in future. Education, yes. Education is important. You are attending the classes, but public speaking is going to take you to the heights of success. If you are a good communicator, if you have a good communication skills, you can earn laurels and you can success after success. But Maybe you have very good education, you are doing very well in your classes, but if you are not able to express yourself, if we are not able to communicate, then you will fall behind. So it's good. I'm happy that you availed the chance, you availed the opportunity to come and speak in front of the audience. Keep it going, keep going. Don't stop it. Whenever you get the opportunity to speak in public, come in front of the people, speak. It will help you not only to build your confidence, but it will help you to build your career. The other important thing which I want to tell you today, that when you are studying in your classes, especially in the higher classes, you have a guide to which you are referred to when you are preparing for your examinations or preparing for your result, for your subjects. But that guide is for your classes. What about the guide which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has provided you in the form of Quran? Have you understood that? Have we understood that? No. Very few of us. I know many of you may be understanding Quran, reading Quran, but we have to understand. And when you go into it, you will start enjoying it. You start seeing that everything is available there. I would give you one advice, which is given in Surah Bani Israel, ayat number 23 and 24. Please note it down. And I would like you to go through the meaning of this beautiful ayah of Bani Israel. Here the God said, وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ لَتَعْبُدُوا إِيَّاهُ وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا إِمَّا يَبْلُغَنَّ عِندَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فَلَا تَقُل لَّهُمَا أُفٍّ وَلَا تَنْهَرْهُمَا. Here the God says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, not says, but He's ordering you. Qada means He's ordering you. وَقَضَى رَبُّكَ Allah ta'budu iyyah. He said, worship me. And then immediately, whenever the God says, worship me, what he says next, Allah ta'ala, worship me and obey your parents. Obey the parents. Immediately, once God says, worship me, who comes next? He's putting parents next to him. He says, worship me and obey your parents. وَبِالْوَالِدَيْنِ إِحْسَانًا. Yes, be good to your parents. إِمَّا يَبْلُغُنَّ عِندَكَ الْكِبَرَ أَحَدُهُمَا أَوْ كِلَاهُمَا فَلَا تَقُل لَّهُمَا أُفٍّ. And when you have your parents who are going to the old ages and you are there in the house, don't say even oof to your parents. Just imagine that you don't have to say even oof. And further, God says that be very kind to them, and whenever you're speaking, speak with kindness to your parents. And I will tell you one thing, that if you are obedient to your parents, if you are taking good care of your parents, if you are seeking good advice of your parents, you will never ever fail in your life. No matter how good education you take, no matter how good you are speaking, but if you fail to obey your parents, success will be eluding you. If you have to be successful, please be careful that there are two people in this world, your mother and father. How much pains have they taken to bring you up? How much pains do they take to guide you? They want nothing from you. But you can gain from them by obeying them. If you don't obey them, it doesn't matter. For them, they will feel a little bit disgruntled, but it will not make any effect on them. But you will be the loser. Avail this opportunity. The parents are your Jannah. If your mother is happy today, one door of Jannah is open for you. If your father is happy today, one door of Jannah is open for you. And by the way, if any of them is unhappy with you, then door of Jahannam is open. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that if you disobey your parents, if you disrespect your parents, then you will cut relationship with me. Would you like to cut relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? No, never, never, never. So, my dear children, I will advise you to please go through this ayat number 23 and 24 of Surah Bani Israel and just study the importance of parents. And I can guarantee you, my dear children, that you will be successful in every walks of life. Do people, obey them, respect them, and you will see that success comes to your feet. You will be success everywhere, anywhere, if these two people are praying for you. Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he lost his mother and father, and he was always remembering his mother. He used to say that, I imagine I'm praying, I'm reciting Surah Fatiha in my prayers, and my mother says, Muhammad, and I break my prayers. I go and listen, yes, mother, I'm here. So these are the gems, my children. Take advantage of it. And inshallah, I'm sure that you will be successful in every walk of life in future. Today, I'm very happy that you are here and amazing speeches, amazing preparations you have done. Wherever you go, be prepared, work hard, do your best, and rest leaves on God, and rest leave on your parents' prayers. Thank you very much. Take care. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Yes, Asif. Asif.
I hope the judges are ready now.
It will take some more time for the judges to get the results. Atiq bhai, you please continue with the program flow now.
What can I do now? Don't you have anything to display?
So I will say a few words now. Hello?
Yes, yes.
I believe,
are you hearing me?
Let's ask. Yes.
Okay, I will say a few words. Are you hearing me?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, from my side, all the participants and concerned are winner, and they are deserving for the gift and the certificate that we are giving. And I am this is my advice to all the participants is to take part in the competition is important. To win or not win, it is not important. You know these word who says? The one who start the Olympic, Mr. Coubertin. So I am advising all the participants, do not afraid from win or not win, or win or lose. So you have to participate in every competition, and you have to work hard. And in my speech, I gave you some suggestion. The first suggestion I gave you, in these days, people are, what you find, there is no tolerance. They always, when there is a difference of opinion, they just, disconnect from each other. My advice, always, we have to connect, we have to maintain the relation, and we should not be disconnect our relation for a small thing, or if there is a difference opinion, we will talk. And if there is any problem, we will talk. So whenever there is a miscommunication, always the problems came. So what we have to do is, when there is a communication, there is a misunderstanding arises. So when misunderstanding arises, there is the whole scenario, whole atmosphere, it is going to spoil. So my advice to the especially new generation, please, first, you always. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Are you hearing?
Yeah, please.
Yes.
Yeah. And what is the purpose of this competition? This purpose of this competition, we have to explore the talent in the contestants. We have to advise our contestant how to present yourself in the public life. This is the personality development program of AMUOBA-Jeddah, And from last many years, we are doing this one. And now I'm what you call the new generation. Those are not, they are always busy in just watching television, mobile and tech. So this is my advice. They should start reading the books. And this is scientifically proof. If somebody is reading the book, he can remember. His memory will enhance, and he will remember for a long time. For if he read on the screen, his memory it is few months. He will forget. So always I am telling this is scientifically proof. So we have to. This is my advice to the new generation. Always read the books. Start the books. So if and the people, those are not those are what you call are not good in the nowadays in the education. So they are the time now. If you go to our towns and villages, our new generations are going to learn the technical work. Like so, we have to motivate these new generation to come on the school and to study. This is their problem because of their financially they are not very good, but we have to in our area support them. So this is my advice. Everybody he look after his area. If somebody a new generation like to study, like to go to school, so we have to support him. So and as I said to my all the colleagues, I am telling. I think Asim, you get the results?
No, it's still taking some more time, and then I would require at least 3 to 4 minutes to update the certificates. So Atik bhai, please continue.
Okay, thank you very much. This is just we have time, so I explain.
Okay, thank you, Nuruddin bhai, Jazakallah khair. I would like to request our senior most, Mr. Imtiaz Ahmed, please appreciate our kids. Please do something. Say something, I mean. Imtiaz bhai.
Yes,
Are you
so
hearing?
can you hear me?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Oh, mashallah. That was today was a very excellent and very golden day, and really it was amazing. All the children just participated. They are very well aware of all these things, and you all are really deserve to be any applause. We should clap for everybody. And now you should be what we have already given by Nuruddin Khan and Farzan Uzi Saab and everything, all that are advice. You should follow and make more confidence. And everybody was really, I have no words to say this. All of you are very, very, very well versed and well excellent. By all, I mean, as a total, I should say. So please continue. I have no words to say anything more. I think your results are, you people are anxiously waiting for your own results. And as Mr. Nuruddin said, that's whatever the result, definitely everyone cannot be first, everyone cannot be second or third. But you are all excellent and first. So don't only just wait for the result. Okay, and congratulations to all the participants and all the organizers, everybody. Thank you so much. Still, how long it will take to continue our results more? Hello?
The judges have muted themselves, so probably next 4 to 5 minutes.
4 to 5 minutes more?
Asim, I'd like to...
sorry, still we have some time, and why you should not call out Mr. Aziz Rab to say some views?
I think we will invite Dishan Sahab because he is connected all the way from India, I think. So let him speak some words also.
Yeah, it will be good opportunity to see him.
Yeah.
Mashallah, that's excellent part.
He is connected since beginning end. So I think he should say something.
हेलो भाई, मुझे यही नहीं मालूम कि किस तरह बोला जाएगा. आप लोगों को आवाज आ रही है?
जी आ रही है.
आवाज आ रही है, आपको वीडियो नहीं आ रही है.
चलिए ऑपरेट हो गया मुझसे.
जिशान साहब, बस और क्या है?
जी पहले तो अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाहि
व बरकातहू.
आपको हम सब लोगों ने बहुत मिस किया.
जी बहुत शुक्रिया, बहुत आप सब लोगों को देख के बेइंतहा खुशी हुई और ऐसे ही महसूस हुआ जैसे मैं भी वहीं पे मौजूद हूँ.
हाँ बिल्कुल, आप मौजूद हैं हम लोगों के साथ।
जी
आसिफ, क्या
माशाल्लाह
वीडियो
बहुत अच्छा
वीडियो
प्रोग्राम
नहीं ला
रहा
सकता है?
जी।
आसिफ से मैं कह रहा हूँ कि वीडियो नजर नहीं आ रही है आपकी।
अब वीडियो कैसे आएगी अब मुझे अभी ये भी नहीं पता। और वीडियो
आप बच्चों को अप्रिशिएट करें, इंशाल्लाह वीडियो पे आ जाएंगे।
डन स्पीकिंग वीडियो पता नहीं भैया क्या था वो खाली योर माइक्रोफोन कंफ्यूज योर वीडियो इज स्टॉप पता नहीं।
आप कंटिन्यू करें जिशान साहब।
हम आपके कब से ऑडियो ही सुनते रहेंगे।
आ गए।
अब आ रही है वीडियो?
जी जी आ रही है।
हेलो
इनको मिलेगा नंबर
नहीं, यहाँ स्क्रीन पे तो सिर्फ ऑडियो ही आ रही है।
ये वीडियो तो भैया मुझसे नहीं आई इसमें।
चलिए सर आप कंटिन्यू कर, हम लोग आप सुन के ही गुजारा कर लेंगे।
हाँ वीडियो कैसे आती है ये पता नहीं मुझे।
कोई बात नहीं, आप ऑडियो हम लोग सुन रहे हैं और हम लोग मजा ले रहे हैं।
अच्छा अच्छा
आ गई आपकी वीडियो आ गई।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया आप लोगों का कि आपने मुझे याद किया और बेनतहा खुशी हुई है प्रोग्राम देख के। ये प्रोग्राम तो मैं बहुत पहले से देख रहा हूँ, जब आसिम हमारा बहुत छोटा था उसी जमाने से।
जी
प्रोग्राम से जी। और माशाल्लाह ये बहुत अच्छा प्लेटफॉर्म है लर्निंग के लिए और आप सब लोगों का बड़ा उम्दा कोऑपरेशन है, इसके अंदर कोऑर्डिनेशन है और जिन सब लोगों ने मिलके ये प्रोग्राम अरेंज किया बहुत 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 मशकूर हैं हम सब उनके। और सब बच्चों को इसमें एंकरेजमेंट मिलता है। बहुत ही उम्दा फील्ड है ये उसके लिए, स्पीकिंग के लिए। ये भी एक अहलियत है जो हर इंसान के अंदर नहीं पैदा होती है। ये तो अहलियत पैदा की जाती है और इसका यही तरीका है कि यही एक अमोबा का एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म है कि जिसके अंदर हम अपने बच्चों को पेश कर सकते हैं, उनके अंदर ये पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट कर सकते हैं, उसके अंदर करा सकते हैं। और ये सब सब आप लोगों का ताउन है इसके अंदर। फरजान रिजवी साहब के जमाने से, जब जमाने में थे उस जमाने से ये प्रोग्राम हुआ करता है। शरीफ साहब थे, शरीफ साहब भी उनकी तरफ से भी गिफ्ट मिला करते थे। बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम है, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया, जज़ाकल्लाह खैर। और सब बच्चों को बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद कि जो जिन लोगों ने भी इसमें हिस्सा लिया। बहुत अच्छा प्रोग्राम था, सब बच्चे बहुत अच्छी तरह बोले माशाल्लाह। ठीक है, अल्लाह हाफिज।
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया साहब, बहुत दिनों बाद आपको देख के बात सुन के बड़ा अच्छा लगा। और आप तशरीफ लाएं जल्दी, लॉकडाउन तोड़ के आ जाएं।
बस हम तो आने वाले थे, वो 14 की फ्लाइट थी, 12 से फ्लाइट कैंसिल हो गई। हम तो दिल्ली में थे, तो पहुंच रहे थे। अब देखिए कब आते हैं, अल्लाह मियां कब मुलाकात
आजकल के बच्चे तो हम लोग ज्यादा अच्छा बोलने लगे। अब हम लोग तो सुननी हो गए माशाल्लाह। हम लोग के सारे बच्चे जो है इतना अच्छा बोलते हैं कि अब हम लोग सुनने के काबिल रह गए हैं, उसी में खुश हो जाते हैं।
अब देखिए मेरे एक पोती एक पोते ने पार्ट लिया है, क्या होता है रिजल्ट?
माशाल्लाह सब बच्चों ने
सब बच्चों ने माशाल्लाह बहुत
जी ठीक।
जीशान साहब हमको
वैसे
तो वो दिन याद आ रहा है
बच्चे
जब
हमारे अपने हैं, उसके बात नहीं है। अल्लाह चलिए ठीक है, इंशाल्लाह। अल्लाह हाफिज, अल्लाह हाफिज, जज़ाकल्लाह खैर, जज़ाकल्लाह।
Did you receive any? Hello?
नहीं सर, not yet. I'm still waiting for the results.
Okay, we contact.
बड़ा लगता है बड़ा टफ कंपटीशन है, तभी रिजल्ट मुझे लग रही है।
आसिम कोई
अभी इसमें अकीब साहब,
इनका बच्चों का तो कंपटीशन देख के मेरा भी दिल चाह रहा था कि भाई बच्चा बन जाओ और पार्टिसिपेट करो।
इसमें थोड़ा टाइम लगेगा।
अभी और लगेगा?
हाँ लगेगा थोड़ा, क्योंकि कंपटीशन टफ था और बच्चों ने बहुत अच्छा किया है, तो इसमें थोड़ा सा टाइम लगेगा। तो मैं रब नवाज से कहूँगा कोई डॉक्यूमेंट्री लगा दें, जब तक थोड़ा सा वक्त लगेगा।
इम्तियाज भाई से मैं कहना चाहूंगा माशाल्लाह वो हमेशा बच्चे जैसे ही हैं और जो मासूमियत उनके अंदर है वो अल्लाह ताला कायम रखे और इसी जवां दिली से हम लोगों की सरपरस्ती करते रहे।
जज़ाकल्लाह। अब तो भाई कहते हैं ना बुढ़ा बच्चा बराबर।
जी बच्चे
इसी में इम्तियाज भाई को एक स्पेशल प्राइज देने की कोशिश की जाए तो बेहतर है प्रेसिडेंट साहब।
भाई लाइफ टाइम
consolation prize.
नहीं, इम्तियाज भाई को स्पेशली हम लोगों को encouragement मिलेगा ना आपकी आने वाली स्पीचेस में।
भाई देखिए, मैं तो आप वॉकओवर दे देता हूँ, अब आपको मिलना चाहिए।
मैं आप सजेस्ट कर रहा हूँ।
मैं अमूबा का शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहता हूँ बच्चों के लिए प्लेटफॉर्म इस वक्त में भी मुहैया कराया, और यही हमारी जो एक्टिविटी है और हमारे जो गर्मजोशी है वही इंस्पायर करती है, और अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह अपने आप को प्राउड बनाएंगे हम लोगों को अपने एक्टिविटीज से, इंशाल्लाह दुआएं सबके लिए।
Good evening. Sorry to keep you all waiting. I think now Mr. Azizur Rab would be announcing the results, and Asim, you may have to do a little overdrive on this. And but
send
anyway,
me the
let
results
him
on the group. Send me the results on the group. I will update it.
I will, yeah, but let him announce it so that at least it is there. It is okay with you, or you want me to?
It would be better if I had.
Okay, just
I would
okay,
prefer
fine.
that I update on the certificate. Once he announces, certificates are displayed simultaneously.
So just give me 2 minutes to type it on and send it on this on the group. Is that
so
okay
vote
with
of
you?
thanks can be offered now. Because
yes,
if it,
yes, you are right. थोड़ा vote of thanks थोड़ा लंबा करवा दीजिएगा क्योंकि मेरी writing slow है थोड़ी.
मेरी उससे ज़्यादा slow है.
vote of thanks में बच्चों के लिए कुछ शेर व शायरी करते हैं अगर टाइम है तो.
आप कर दीजिए, बिल्कुल बहुत अच्छा आइडिया, कर दीजिए प्लीज।
तो पहले रिजल्ट डिक्लेयर कर लें क्या हो या वोट ऑफ थैंक्स पहले हो?
वोट ऑफ थैंक्स कर लें।
वोट ऑफ थैंक्स तो रिजल्ट के बाद होना चाहिए आखिर।
हाँ तो ठीक है, फिर वो अजीज और अफसाब डिक्लेयर कर दें।
नहीं टाइम लगेगा तो मैं कुछ लगा दूं।
वोट ऑफ थैंक्स कर दे।
मैं आपको फिर से होस्ट बना
आसिम वोट ऑफ थैंक्स करा दे।
नहीं, मैं नूर भाई इस वक्त सर्टिफिकेट तैयार कर रहा हूँ, तो इट विल टेक टाइम फॉर मी टू डू 3 to 4 minutes। इतने रमदमाज से कुछ वो करवा दें, जो हमारे डॉक्यूमेंट्री थी वो क्लियर करवा दें।
1 मिनट।
हाँ
बहरहाल मैं रिजल्ट के साथ तैयार हूँ, जो मुझे हुक्म होगा तो मैं।
अरे आप बिल्कुल आइए रिजल्ट लेके आइए।
अभी का इंतजार है, फिर रिजल्ट ही अनाउंस करते हैं पहले, वोट ऑफ थैंक्स से पहले।
मुझे हुक्म चाहिए
होगा
सदर मोहतरम और सेक्रेटरी जनाब सेक्रेटरी साहब का।
जी अजीज भाई, आप अब पहले रिजल्ट अनाउंस कर दें और उसके बाद फिर हम वोट ऑफ थैंक्स करा देंगे।
ठीक ठीक ठीक। सबको अस्सलाम वालेकुम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू।
अस्सलाम व रहमतुल्लाहि व बरकातहू।
First of all the members to give a good round of applause to all the participants. I mean, I was really thrilled to listen to these youngsters. I can't believe that this type of information, pros and cons they have presented, remarkable. I mean, I cannot believe that these type of information, this type of knowledge we will gain during this session. Wonderful kids, done a great job, and I was really amazing to listen those speeches, pros and cons you have given, the information, the type of analysis the kids has done really very, very good. The president has said to you that win and lose is not the name of the game. The name of the game is that your spirit, which you have brought today on the table in front of the people, I cannot express myself that how to thank you all kids that you have given this. Of course, there should be some names who has got a number here or there because of certain things which was not under your control. Let me give one point here to the kids. This program was virtual program. So what you would have done first, because there are so many kids who has spoken and given a lot of reasoning in favor of online classes. So once you give this reasoning, the basic tool of this type of success is that you should have a proper internet connection and a sound clarity. So I mean the text-wise the speeches were excellent. What has happened that some of you could not have the right internet connection, and that's why we were not clear that what you want to express. So that is why some numbers of here and there has gone. Anyway, let me announce the results. to first the group from it was from 5th to 6 to 8, right?
Yeah, 6 to 8.
6 to 8, first group. So here I have got a problem with my judges, and that's why we have chosen on number 3 two candidates, 2 kids. So Chaudhary Zidan Asim and Madiha Mahmood, they got the same marks from all the judges. So they are on number 3. So we have got 2 on number 3. A round of applause for them. Number 2 goes to Minha Muhammad Zaki. Congratulations, Minha, on being number 2. And number 1, a wonderful kid. Her name is Naba Chaudhary. She got number 1. Give them a big round of applause again. Now let me announce for the group 2. Group 2, group 1, group 2, there were again a difficulty, but of course we have to give numbers and we have come to a conclusion. On number 3, Khalid Muhammad Zaki. The third, Khalid Muhammad Zaki. Number 2 goes to Aisha Anjum. Number 2 is Aisha Anjum. And again, the number 1 is Samit Mufti. Great, Samit. Clap for everyone. Okay, and then group number 3, which was 10th and 12th, the competition was tough, but luckily all the judges have given almost same marks to everyone. So here, number 3, Afifa Gufran.
माशाल्लाह तो गुफरान का बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन था
Number 2 is Atika Rahman. A big round of applause for her, Atika Rahman. And number 1, none other than who? Maryam Atiq. Oh. That was the result from my side. Congratulations to all the participants and winners. And a lot of thanks to the EXCOM Sadar Secretary to organize this program. Really, it was wonderful. Online, I was not thinking that it will going to be so successful, but thanks to all committee members, Gufran, Rab Nawaz, Atit Saab, they have done good job. So thank you all very much. Asim, over to you.
Thank you very much, हमारे अजीज